Hey, Ari here, leader of the Race Mixing Revolution. Thanks for joining me in another video. In this video, I wanted to talk about police brutality. Police brutality is one of those things where in my life, it's very unique because it makes me feel very uncomfortable. It makes me feel like nothing else, nothing that I see on the internet really compares to police brutality. Police brutality just makes me sick. It makes me sick to see people treat other people in this way. I don't really even think about it as white people treating black people in a certain way, but a lot of times it is white cops brutalizing black people, black civilians. And we like to think that what they're doing is wrong, but a lot of the time the situation itself is also wrong. And we like to think that the police are racist, what they're doing is a racist thing. But at the same time, the people that are getting arrested sometimes are racist as well. Sometimes the people that are getting arrested in times of police brutality are just as racist as the police. Sometimes in the communication, the police might be able to say something to somebody who is getting arrested, but the person who's getting arrested might not believe them because of racism, because they think, oh, in the long run, this person I can't trust because, they're going to come at it from the white angle they're coming from, and the white police officer is thinking they're going to come at it from a black angle, and these kind of things, and we're just naturally distrusting in that way. So I really believe that race mixing can save us from this constant, bargaining of our race versus their race and these kind of things, and just the natural sense of trust that people have in these moments of confrontation. At the end of the day, do police have some sense of revenge that they're trying to get on black people? There's white police officers that get into this job that they want to do something, that they choose this job over a different job, maybe because they want to brutalize black people or these kind of things. Maybe there are some people like that, but in the long run, I think that people have revenge for fundamental reasons that they are just trying to deal with, and we're trying to do justice to that. Some people do justice to that in different ways. Some people find, a job where they can get some kind of revenge on people. Some people find, something that they do in their extra time that they can get revenge on people, or just like prove themselves in one way or another. And I don't really think that either side of the black people getting brutalized or the white cops get brutalizing want to be racist. This just happens to be the situation that they're in. So let's see why they're in the situations that they're in. And I wish that in these moments of confrontation, we could actually speak on that. I wish that both police and black people, or whoever it is that were getting arrested or before a moment of brutalization, that something could have happened differently, that they could have said something in those moments, some critical thing that they could have said that is just exactly the point. What is the point of all this that we're going through? And that in those moments, in those words, we find some clarity and we find some transcendence and we have an epiphany together. You as the person getting arrested, and you as the police officer, either person has this opportunity to say this thing. What that perfect thing to say is, it depends on the situation. I just saw a situation where somebody was getting arrested for selling water in the Las Vegas Strip, I believe. It was one of those bridges selling water, and there was two police officers. One of them had his arm around the neck, and I just thought, damn, this doesn't have to be like this. A lot of people were saying, you should be ashamed of yourself, you shouldn't be doing this, you guys need to be trained better, blah, blah, blah. They got his phone number, they said, we got this on camera, so on and so forth. There might be some consequences for the police officers, there might not be. Some consequences for the individual. Maybe they will be handled differently in the justice system because of the recording. It goes to a deeper conversation of what kind of things that happen in society, out of the million things that happen, should be recorded. And yeah, what do we do with that information? And I wish the situation was handled differently. I wish they didn't choke him. At one point, they had his arm down, and they were trying to pry it open with the nightstick, or whatever you want to call it. And it was just seemed very like animalistic. It seemed very savage and just like something that would happen in the gladiator days. It is kind of like a spectacle of human confrontation and violence and these kind of things, whether good or bad. Regardless, it is in a sense a spectacle, and so we do like to observe it, but nobody really thinks that this is a good thing. that this, out of all the things that could have happened in these situations, that this was the best choice. And so there's got to be a better way. And so I want to do justice to the black people that live in America. For whatever reason, they're engaging in some activities that are desperate and semi-criminal. They're semi-innocent, semi-criminal. It's a very gray area. And for the police officers who also have some, semi-innocence, semi-guilt, and they have their sense of revenge, and we want to do some justice to that, but without the brutality. I think that race mixing can help bring all these things together. That in some magical way, if we can be mixed race, if more police officers can be mixed race, if more average people can be mixed race, if maybe there are some desperate people, but there are more of them that are mixed race, and we start to see a lot of the racial scapegoats dissolve. People are forced to find other scapegoats. They're actually forced to say things. The words become more important and more available and more effective. You know what I mean? There becomes less of an excuse to not say anything. That's my biggest frustration, is in these moments, why is nobody saying what needs to be said? There's something that needs to be said. I'm not there in that situation. I'm not the one in the situation. I'm observing. Even if I was there, maybe I wouldn't just necessarily say something. But if I was the one in the situation, I would want to say something that is just so important that needs to be said in the situation, that transcends the moment, that is an objective thing, that it can be repeated, it can be an example for so many other people. These moments of confrontation are intense, they're extreme, but they are very important. They're very important to capitalize on and say what needs to be said, so that these things can resolve, so that these things we can move on from, so that we can gain something from it and then never go back to it. That's the goal. We don't want to keep on brutalizing and just this awkward, judicial system of, you did this wrong because of this, and this is your sentence, this is this. Okay, what is the real point of all this stuff that we're doing? We're spending all this money, all these people are going through this and that and this and that. What is the point? What is the final goal of all of this? Are we just going to keep going through this forever? No. This is not the way a functional society looks like. This is not right. And so please, take race mixing seriously. Just do it a little bit here and there. If you can do it in your own life, and if you can associate those same philosophies of progress and those same philosophies of doing justice beyond, just whatever kind of formalities and just animalistic, instincts, if you can think, if you can process, if you can say something critical, then I believe in you. And I know you can do this. I know that even by watching this video, I hope I've inspired you a little bit. I hope you can understand that both the police officer and the people getting brutalized, whatever race they are, they're all kind of in the same similar situation, and they all have something to be guilty for, and we're all guilty for racism in one way or another, and that to trust somebody is a very difficult thing to do. And so just to take that into consideration when you're judging police and these kind of people. I don't think police are bad people. I think they're put in a lot of bad situations, and I think that their job is bad. They have a bad job, if you could say that. A lot of people have a bad job, and it's hard for us to judge police as doing their job badly. You know what I mean? It's easy to judge somebody who is maybe handling food and these things, to judge them as doing it badly. Like, oh, you shouldn't handle food like that. Somebody's going to be eating that. That's not good. But when a police officer is handling another human being, it gets complicated because they have to be safe. There's other variables. There's connections between this person and something else, and a lot of things that we just don't have the experience with. None of us have the experience with handling people in that way. A lot of us don't have that experience. Do we have experience handling food? Sure. That's something that we can judge easier. Something to think about. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please take my words with you. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I got a lot more videos coming out in the future. Please share my video, copy the link, send it to some people, share it on social media. Please support me on Patreon. As little as $1 a month, you can help me in these very critical early phases of the revolution, help me build it from the ground up. Please remember my words and take them with you into the future. And thanks for watching again. I'll see you next time.